and we spend a lot of money making sure that we get imports into Ghana. And so if we have identified some items and we think that these items can be produced here and it will grant us the space for us to keep our forex so that we do not overburden our forex to raise up the prices and all that. And we can increase our production just so we can also increase our employment rate. Why not? Why don't we go for that? These are the principles. Unless there's something different that I don't know. But this is what has been presented. This is what we've been baffled. We've been baffled with. This is what we are always trying to solve. And so, if a minister comes in and say, "This is my solution. Let's do it this way. Let's restrict imports. Let's make sure we do it gradually. Let's make sure that we increase production. Local production is the way to go." Who would say no to this?
But Honorable, you don't deal with imports with law. You deal with import through substitution. What are you substituting the imports for?
Local production. All these items we have talked about are items that can be produced locally. They are items that can be produced locally, and they are being produced locally. Just that we haven't been able to produce on a larger scale. You and I know that when you produce anything on a larger scale, prices reduce. You understand? These items can be produced, and we can even be exporting them. So if we are able to do that, then it becomes easier for us to grow our economy. So for me, if this is the principle, why don't we go for it? All the issues that have been raised can be looked at. All the issues that have been raised can be looked at. And that is why government is not imposing this on the nation. This is coming through parliament. It is coming through the representative of the people. So it has to be looked at. I mean, if had not been the fact that it's been blocked, by this time it would have been in parliament. And then we will start looking at it.
We don't produce a grain of sugar in this country.
Can we produce?
That is not in doubt. In fact, the Commander Sugar Factory was set up particularly for that purpose.
And so I can tell you, I am of opinion that it's because we keep importing sugar is the reason that facility is in there. But if we restrict sugar importation and we need sugar, that facility will start working. I mean, let's be very real to ourselves, my brother, and let's look at the issues like we would look at them from our various homes if we have to solve the problem.
But are we not cooking the meal before getting the ingredients? Because why wouldn't you build local capacity to a certain point before deciding to put this restriction in place?
I once said to a station that this is a matter of a chicken and egg affair. Which one comes first? We have tried all measures to ensure that we are able to keep our local production up and to keep our imports low. We think that anytime we do, we are shortchanged by the prices of foreign imports who enjoy some of these protectionist measures from their country, and so they are able to produce more and it comes very cheaper and they dump it on us. You know, so it definitely has to start from somewhere.
What I'm saying is that throughout the world, for example, in Nigeria, they check their capacity. They realize that at least they are producing up to 70% of rice that they can consume locally. So they restrict imports to 30% coming in to supplement what they already have. In our case, it seems in a lot of the things that we are choosing, we are not even doing up to, in some cases, not even up to 10% of it. In the case of sugar, nothing at all. So why restrict imports before stimulating local industry to at least produce to a certain capacity? Restrict the imports so that the locally produced products can compete better. And then over time, you grow your production to substitute for more local consumption. And then while you reduce the consumption of foreign imports. Is that not a better approach than this?
Brother, what we should look out for is that this is not a total ban. What we are doing is restriction. And so if this bill comes into existence, if this LI comes into existence and we start operationalizing it, what is going to happen is that at the end of the day, those that are supposed to be restricted, government will give it some form of attention. Government will give it some form of attention, and that attention will increase the production, will increase the items that we need to survive as a country.
Well, Honorable, I have to conclude with you, but I'm wondering how you're also dealing with the issue being raised by Guta and others about ultimately this ending up in just creating monopolies of importers, very huge importers, who perhaps will be favored by the committee that will be set up.
Well, I know for sure that this is an era where you cannot just do anything anyhow. I am of the opinion that if this happens, whatever it is, we have Office of the Special Prosecutor, we have Yoko, we have the courts, we have a lot of constitutional bodies, legal bodies that can address some of these suspicions. The same way, we have a very vibrant media. I mean, who says things happen anyhow in this country these days? When the media is there, everybody's careful. What happens in this country without the media having an eye or having a take in it? We are talking about this. Nobody has gone ahead to impose this restriction because the media is interrogating the issues. That should tell you that we are in a different time. We are not in the times that anybody can do anything anyhow.
But in the meantime, you are for it.
I am for it, just like all other members of parliament that I have spoken to.
I see. Oh, well, thank you.